Peace. So this is all leading up to the subject matter. Now this is my research. Now the reason why I did this research was some young gods, they asked me my opinion on Noble Drew Ali's Circle 7 Koran and the Aquarian Gospel, and there's another book. What is the name of it? It eludes me right now with the name of it. Come Unto Thee, or I Come Unto Thee, something like that. You know, people who have it know exactly what I'm talking about. So you could get that book too. But the subject matter was the Aquarian Gospel. Now, I just want you to look at the picture. This is the picture that Levi portrays Jesus. Alright? That's the picture. Now you make your own decision on the picture. I mean, you could look at some people like Dr. Ben got a new one out right now online. I don't remember who's put it out on. Get back at you. Just holler at me and I'll tell you, I'll send you the link to the Dr. Ben Speaks on Jesus. That picture of Jesus goes into Leonardo da Vinci in the whole 9 yards. So check that out. Like I said, holler at me, I'm going to get you the link so you can check it out. Now, I went through this part here to, see what was going on, and then I noticed that Levi was saying that basically he tapped into God consciousness. Let me see. Wait, hold on. We're going to look together. I'm going to show you right here. Straight like that. Consciousness of the omnipotence of God and man. Christ consciousness, or consciousness of divine love. And consciousness of holy breath, or of supreme intelligence. So he tapped into that. And by tapping into that, he reached into the records. I can't remember how you say it, but there's some records, aka records. Say that again? Okay, y'all heard that. Akashic records. So the Akashic records, from now on we'll just call them the records, alright? So they run into these records, imperishable records of life, known as the Akashic records, are wholly in the domain of supreme intelligence or universal mind. And the Akashic records, I got that right, baby? Yes. Reader must be in such close touch with the Holy Spirit or the Holy Breath. Okay, so you can say spirit. Then if you say, all right, we'll cross-reference Holy Spirit with the 3 initiates, and they'll say, that's mine. All right. And then you say Holy Breath, and we cross-reference that with theology of time, and that's the breath. It'll come in. The little man he won't allow in. It's not the little man that won't come out. Well, anyway, get those tapes. You listen to that part. That's hot. As the ancient masters called the spirit of supreme intelligence, that every thought vibration is instantly felt in every fiber of his being. Now, as he goes on and he's talking, I just wanted y'all to get how he saw it. So, in his, his manifestation. Then he goes on to say that he would go into these meditative states, or, those type of things where he's meditating, and by doing that, he tapped into those records, and then he was able to manifest the Aquarian Gospel. So once he did that, he wrote this book, but he still put check out Frances Cress Wrestling. If you check out Frances Cress Wrestling, and you do some more research with her, and you can cross-reference her information with Henry Clark on their philosophy and theology on how they see European versus Asiatic, Asiatic versus European, and miscegenation, amalgamation, like that. All right. Once you do that, then you'll see why Noble Ali had to also either he tapped into the same records that Levi tapped into. Either he tapped into the same, or he divinely prepared what was there and took the European philosophy out of it. Either one is what he did. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But that's based on research when I looked and seen that, well, this guy didn't write it. Because if he had written it, and it was copywritten as he came up with that out of his own mind, and he did this back in 1907, and then the prophet came and came up with the Silk Seven Koran, and he puts on there divinely prepared. So if you cross-reference that, I would say, okay, then he divinely prepared it. So it's not exactly the same. If you go through it, if you actually read the Aquarian Gospel and you read the Silk Seven Quran, you would say, if you was blind, deaf, and dumb, and they gave you the Aquarian Gospel, even with all this high science, if you Asiatic and you blind, deaf, and dumb, the Aquarian Gospel will not give you the proper light that is needed, because it's going to be missing certain things like wisdom, build, to destroy degree in the 1 to 40. It's not going to have that in it. It's not going to have that philosophy in it that makes you think that the first degree in the 1 to 10 is right and exact in your mind when you don't have it. Because what you'll do is you'll be reading it, and inside there he'll tell you that Jesus is justice, and you'll say, okay, that's right and exact. And then he'll say Jesus had blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin. That's what he says. He's describing him for you in the book. Now, things like that are wreck Asiatics. You know that, and I know it. So even if he wanted to give this book to those people in 1913, remember now, you're talking 1913. With that, I'm out.